Hello everybody and welcome back. It is Mayor Jordan. It still feels so weird to say after seeing Xantor all these years, but hey, so be it. I'll figure out the intro at some point. But welcome back. We are back in what is currently known as Lakedale, with no proper name. I haven't uploaded the first video, so I don't even know if there's any name suggestions, but you know, we're sort of just rolling with what we got. I'm gonna put a little thing up here just to power us for a little bit here. So yeah, no name suggestions as of yet because of my own doing. That's fine. It's no problem. And yeah, I'm excited to be back. I'm recording 2 in one day because I just really wanted to play more. So I consider that a very good, point to this game, being still absolutely fantastic after all these years. I did say last time I wanted to link up through here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You know what? I'm sorry, but the probability of having a beautiful connection into here is so much more than your home is worth to me. I apologize. I'm sort of the worst, but at the same time, whoops. And then let's see if we can, is there like room within here? I'm just seeing if there's room between like any of these, because sometimes you get like, you know, this kind of little thing, but I think it's still technically part of their land, but that's okay. We'll do a little path that sort of just follows along the back here, and I think we'll eventually have, and maybe even now, start making a road that is, let's turn this back on. Is there a quicker way to do this? I just pressed Alt A and it did nothing. Hopefully that didn't do anything else. But yeah, let's get a road that literally does that, because I think that's going to be a lot better for us there. And then pull that to there. I like that a lot. I think that is pretty great. So there we go. We got that, and then we got more room for building in the future there too, which I think is really cool. And in fact, I like the idea of right off of this having a dog park, because you know they can walk their dog from either bit of the neighborhood, come in here, and then chill in the dog park and have a great time. So what else do we need to do here? So we actually got like pretty decent amount of people in the high school. We must have a pretty full elementary school. Where is my elementary school? It kind of blends in now. Where did I put this thing? Is that it? Nope. I remember putting it oh, there it is. Okay, so we're not like too bad. That's good to know. I like that I couldn't find it. That says a lot. But let's see, do I want to maybe start maybe on the other side of this park here? I will start, and we get to about there. I'll just start building a little bit more in the way of housing here. I'm gonna do this just as sort of a close, because so you can kind of come in here. There'll be like a little cul-de-sac in a way, and then same over here. And I think that'll be nice just for that little area, and it actually fills in a good little spot there too, which I like. Then we're going to, do I want to connect this? Is that something that I want to partake in, or would we rather almost, I think we would almost rather have this, and then I'm thinking something more, I guess that's just the right angle for this to be. So maybe something a little bit more like that, because that's a bit of a curve, but, and perhaps probably too sharp for something that would be properly designed, but hey, we're not properly designed, are we? So I think we're going to be fine. Is this a good shortage? It is a good shortage, so yeah, we're going to need some more industrial, so that is fine. Because we have left all of this area to be turned into an industry area. And I can expand back here too, if needs be. But for now, we'll leave it as that, see if that helps us at all. And then let's go ahead and keep building maybe a little bit more back here. Let's see what we can do. I think I may consider in these little areas, just because there's a bit of a gap to get to some other commercial here. So I'm going to put a little one here. The reason I'm doing that is just so the frontage isn't here. I think it'll look a little better. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this as well. Just so, you know, there's a little bit of area there for that. I think that'll be better. And I'll do this until we hit there. Maybe even... Well, no, we'll skip that bit of the crosswalk just in case I want to build that way. And then we'll do this. And I think this will be good. There's a little bit of hesitation of saying it's definitely good, but I think it'll be good. Just going to leave that if I want to continue this path in any way. Because why not? And also if I want to continue the road in any way that way. I think we're getting close to the point where this will be like the maximum of how I would do this as a neighborhood. I think it needs to slowly become more closed off at some point soon, and then work our way to building a new neighborhood that's more disconnected, because otherwise I think the traffic will be a little cumbersome. So we still need more in the way of power, and I think another coal plant won't hurt us, and I may put it right here, just so it's sort of, you know, side by side for when we can move it later down the line. So when we hit 8,000, we can get that one, but there's also the geothermal plant that we can switch to. So, and that'll be when we hit, 5,500, so... We've got some options in the nearer future to turn into some green energy, which will be very nice. I don't know when if we get there today. That would be asking a lot, but we will get there within due time. So I quite like this area for maybe some sort of a nice little park. I'm thinking something along the lines of this. So we could, I know there's one literally just there, but I think that's kind of the fun of it, actually. So I'll put the frontage here. And then we will come in with this. And, because you can come off of here, which I think is really great. And then we can, I think we can even connect to this one. There we go. So we've got two connected parks, which is super fun. We can connect there as well. And then... there, and we will probably leave it at that because there's an entrance point here, there's one this way, and then there's one to currently to our left, and I think that's a nice, like a kind of a nice like just arrangement essentially. So we're going to need more schooling back here, and I think this is a perfect spot right here. And then that covers more of this area that is currently being underserved. In fact, I probably could have done with it maybe more on that side, but I think as it is, we'll be okay over here, because this one's going to be probably, this is probably the max population for this area, since we may start to overtake a little bit with, you know, all of the industry and stuff as that goes on a little deeper. But for now, I think I'm going to bring this maybe on down to about here. And then we're going to try... we could put that to about there, so that comes on into play nicely. Because then we can sort of link up to that if we do desire, which it would be another nice way in and out. In fact, I wonder if I was to do a 4-lane road to that, if that would be dumb or wise, because my thought, which granted a little bit this thought works better with Traffic Manager, but my thought is this one coming, people coming from Home Street would get into this lane, and people turning right here could get into this lane. So my hope is that this would make traffic a little bit more manageable. So we're going to try that and see how that works. I'm not sure if it will work, but I like the idea of trying it nonetheless. So we're going to go for it. Which side is the high school on? That's on the... Is that on this side or the other? It is... It's sort of in between. We are... okay, we have good availability on that, which is good at least. But I'm gonna go ahead and, which look at this, how it's being used. I love that already. I'll probably come back in, and by probably I mean I will. I'm gonna come back in and sort of add some more trees to this at some point. But for now, I'm pretty happy with how this is going. I wonder if you can change the trees in these areas. Okay, so you can't, because you can on the roads now, but I was curious if you can on that. That's fine. It would have been cool though, I must say. But like, I like the idea of, you know, sort of trees as you enter there. But I won't do any closer. And granted, I may put houses there, so I don't know if that was just a decision that's going to be overturned in half a second, but we'll find out. Let me see. I'll turn my headphones down a little bit because it is pretty dang loud in my ears. There we go, that's better. So I think for here, we could probably, which this is doing better, so the good seems to be working out, which is good. Then let's go ahead and do a couple little bits like this, just to sort of add that in. I won't do anything too drastic of a change there, but I think that's good. I'm not going to put like any houses here yet, I don't think. I'll keep to, you know, adding them in over here. Although I do need to break off a point in here somewhere for housing. I was debating if I wanted to do it like this or the other way, which I think I want to do that. So I apologize to those people who literally just built their houses there and, you know, all of that, but we'll pretend it's for the greater good. We will pretend. Let me leave that open, actually. We'll see if we can do something fun with that area. Maybe build like a tiny park or something within. Then let's go and turn all of this into residential as well. And I think that would be rather nice. This, I don't know why I left. Maybe it's just because it was beside of that. But I think for now, I'd actually rather that be some residential. So I'd be happy with that. So we do have a little bit of a traffic thing here. How do we have this roaming? Let's, you know what, they'll be fine. On these roads, they kind of figure themselves out. It could be a little backup going on here. You know, they're probably going this way to then go this way to go out. But I think that's okay for the time being. Until I get like some junctions or some highways and stuff where I can build maybe where they can get in and out of here a little bit better. I think we're going to work with that for the time being. One thing I may do is, I sort of mentioned about doing this before. So we're going to have level terrain. And we are going to level it to this. And we are going to build what is essentially a cut through, which I think right here is good, just with the way that the mountain is kind of shaped. And we are going to do as I said, basically, and just level this to cut it through to this other side. Give just enough room for, you know, like a 2-lane road to make its way through. And then this being all leveled should hopefully make this easy. I can actually upgrade this ever so slightly wider, because you're going to need a little room just in case of, you know, mudslides or whatever else, I would imagine, at least. I'm sort of just talking, but I'm also assuming that is the case. So, like, kind of like that. And then we can maybe slowly like that seems pretty decent of a gradient to not be anything too intense. At least I do hope. So let's go through there. And then on through here, which I'm going to use the free tool just because it's a little easier to make the way through. And then that just gives another way to get back here, which I think is going to be pretty important as time goes on. And then we're going to probably see if we can do a nice curve that will sort of link up to here. I know that's not perfect, but that's actually not half bad considering. I will take that. I'm pretty okay with that one. This one's one of those weird ones where it's gonna be like, yeah, you're gonna have to do it at 80 degrees for some reason. Curious if I can like cheat this one ever so slightly by doing it this way, which yes, indeed. So there we go. That's better. So this isn't going to be the most efficient area for traffic. I think most certainly. But I do believe that it'll be good considering the circumstances that that I'm currently bringing up on this. I was going to say that I've been dealt, but I'm really dealing this myself, so I don't know if I can really say that. But let's go ahead and then we can close that connection. And then we've got this expansion, which is going to be pretty large for us, I do imagine, especially over in the span of time. I do think traffic may get a little too intense, but we'll see if we can maybe figure some ways around that. I'm not overly worried about it is the main thing, so I guess I'll take it for that at least. And then let's go ahead and continue the pops through there. I'm actually liking putting the pops like properly under the ground, like as they should be. It makes you feel a little bit better when you do things the way that it should be done. Or well, it does to me at least, I should say. Maybe not to everybody. I was just seeing what we had there. Alright, so we're doing okay in that. That's great. Really, we just need more residential. It's more and more residential all the time. So, of course, I think this is a cool spot for not industrial. Industry there, maybe not so great. Yeah, let's do this corner as some residential. I think that as some high density would look really nice at some point. So we'll see how that looks depending on what this neighborhood sort of turns into in the future. We'll find out. It's kind of the fun part about playing this game. Unless you have a plan going into it, which I really did not. Everything just sort of takes shape with the topography and with what you're given and your money constraints in that specific time. And I think that's what makes it so interesting to play. It's just the fact that it's kind of ever changing. Like you never really play the same way twice. Like my last one that I played was all curvy roads everywhere and everything. So this is kind of, it's kind of a fun little change. All right, so we do have a little high traffic area here. Now I don't know if allowing this to suddenly be both ways would be good. Probably not. I think this is only slow because I have one of the stop signs on it. But frankly, I think it's fine enough. I think if I was to do any more, it would just be really asking for trouble. The traffic that was through here does seem a little better because I think where they can go that way, that's probably helping a little bit. But I think what we're going to do is, I guess just keep maybe fill in this little area if I want to with something. Do I want to just put one of these parks down, or do I want to wait until I have something that seems more fitting? Because I bet... Because of course I could put down, you know, like a regular park, or I could build one. But the build ones kind of take up a lot of room. So I'm not sure about that one yet. But we'll see. And, you know, in the future, we may need to worry about some of these traffic issues that we do have. But I think as we will be able to work off this and allow people to enter from other areas, we won't have to worry so much about this specific entrance. This may not even be a main entrance at some point. It may just be where someone happens to drive in at times. So that will be ideal if that's the case. So, but for now, good question to see where I want to start next. Maybe we could go ahead while we're here and beside of the fire station, see if we can add that in. I'm hoping that won't quite reach to here, and that there's just going to be just enough distance to stay, you know, in a kind of favorable state, because pretty sure that's going to be able to reach, and we're already 70% full on that, which means soon enough that will be screaming at us and over capacity. So we're going to have to go ahead and put another one down, which I will do here because that's going downstream, so I'm not too worried about, you know, I can't really pollute this from there more than I probably could with this one. So that is fine by me. And then let's see, do we have anything? Yeah, we got like the football stadium, could put that in. I'm sure everyone would love that at a town of 2,000. Might be a bit much, maybe just maybe. So I think I'm going to need to start working into this area, which honestly I think means I'm going to need, I would have needed to make this a better road in, but I guess like take this way than here than to this way. So it's going to be something that's for certain. Maybe there's some way that I can come back in and manage it to look better, but for now we're just going to leave it be. I'm going to do that just for in case I ever want to build out that way, because I'm sure we will expand at some point to do that. Now I'm kind of thinking having this kind of rather large, mostly flat area. You know, sort of debating what I want to, how I want to start this and where I want to put everything, which this would eventually have its own entrance, which I think will be immeasurable in helping traffic and everything. And I probably will consider buying this one next for maybe some harboring in the future to be able to, you know, have some harbors and stuff, but as well to utilize this junction and like these kind of areas, maybe to get an entrance in here instead of everyone having to go in there. And I think that could be very good. So we'll see if we can build this with maybe the entrance or another entrance being here in mind, which makes me want to do a one-way sort of going this way, just to start with. And then we're going to do this. I could do this, which would be an interesting something, that's for sure. Just a way to link back up to this. And then is that slightly angled or is it just the slope? I think it's angled. I think, oh, because this is angled, of course. So I need to build off of, okay, I need to delete that because it's going to mess with my head. Let's actually not. Yeah, because that was supposed to be there, if anything. Okay. So yeah, maybe we won't do that just because that's going to be a bit of a pain. But let's make this rather large, and then maybe that was too large. Let's just redo that. I'm not sure if that's what I want anyways. Let's instead consider in here. Let's consider building a roundabout And then we will connect up to here. Now, I'm going to upgrade this like so. None of that should become lots, which, yep, didn't. Perfect. My hope there was that this would become more of a... Again, this is one thing I'm thinking of with Traffic Manager. Was you can turn this into a right turn only. And then, you know, have this second lane as a lane that would also be able to turn. But we'll see how this goes. This might work for us. I'm not sure if it's going to be an issue or if it's going to work, but I like the idea of trying. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little free for me here. Just to, you know, maybe this is the point within Unnamed City's life where everyone was like, you know, we like the efficiency of the grids. It's nice and all, but there's no character. There's nothing to the grid that's making us say, wow, look at this place. We are, you know, aren't we special? You know, it's just like, oh, great. We have some crappy straight lines. Perfect. So, you know, we're going to see if maybe changing it up a little bit here will make it even better. And speaking of making things better, I'm contemplating deleting to maybe around here, back where this starts, and putting in a roundabout about here. That would then have an offshoot going that way and an offshoot going this way. I think this would work well, especially once I do unlock the highways, which is still, it's still a little bit of a ways away. But I do think that I can make this work even with our more limited constraints without. So we're going to try. Because, I mean, there's no harm in not trying it. So I guess that's the main thing. And in fact, I don't mind that if it was connected up there as well. So we may do that. Although I would be a little afraid how backed up that could get, because it is quite a short run to there. So maybe I will do something more like this, which we're going to need to flatten this area ever so slightly, because I'm going to be honest, I don't think we want a roundabout on a slope. So we're going to flatten this area. We will worry about any consequences of what it looks like later down the line. That's where, you know, the complaint box and all that stuff is for. We're fine for now. We're doing our own business. So yeah, something maybe along the lines of that. I know I can move all this stuff and, you know, whatever else, but for now I'm going to sort of work with what I've got. And then I'm actually going to bring this back even more, which I know is probably going to become my death sentence here. Let me... Oh, did the thing where it canceled on me. Okay, it's just easier to build those backwards, but that's fine if I upgrade it the correct way. Oh, I didn't realize I was even using the 2 lanes. Well, there we go. I thought I was building it the correct way, but I was just using the wrong thing anyways. So yeah, that limits, you know, kind of how everything runs in, I do realize. But this is in hopes that I can make it a little bit better. We'll see though. And maybe we can even do something like that, as goofy as that looks. Let's see if that can look a little better. No. Oh. No worries, because when we have highways, this is going to change completely. And we are not that far away from that being the future, so we just got to live with it for a little bit longer. And then here, I think we'll actually upgrade this to one of these, and we'll see if we can maybe do this and make this look nice in its own way. Oops, wrong button. Do that, and then add that there. And then for down here, which we can always change this up, because, you know, we were doing our own thing anyways. We were going freeform and floaty. So that allows us to change this however we want. And we are fine. Alright, so this isn't going to be the finest thing in the world. I'm already garnering a guess at, but it's something I've done, and I'm going to have to learn to accept this. So I think, apologies to your home, but I think this is going to be a nice cause for now to enter that area without having to go this way directly. So apologies to you and yours. Let's go ahead and do this. And I think we're ready to press play and see the madness. See what it's done, who it's hurt. Which I didn't even end up connecting to this area again. But granted, that wasn't necessarily my goal, nice as it may have been. But it is beautiful to see a roundabout in action, albeit not the nicest thing in the world. But hey, I'm trying to find something nice to say about it, but I'm not quite there. So, you know, within time, we'll get there. Anyways, let's go ahead, because I think this is like kind of far enough off of, you know, this to maybe go ahead and add in a intersection. And we could very well connect this up. And I actually don't think that's the worst idea in the world, because we might have some people go this way instead of going through here. So I would be actually fairly delighted if they did that. I won't worry about like connecting this bit up. In fact, I'll probably keep a little area around here open somewhere. Maybe like kind of cut it off around here. And in fact, again, it'll kind of curve out of that area and then link back up to here. It's sort of, I didn't like that. I need to go onto a node, really. Didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. That wasn't really my plan there. Then there we go. That's a little better. In fact, I won't even worry about doing connecting up there. I will do this instead. Okay, and that works pretty good. Nice. So what I was doing there is when I connected to the nodes, it just does this thing where you can sometimes it'll what am I trying to say here? Sometimes it's hard to think when you're also trying to listen over the very loud music. But I was trying to get on the node because sometimes it will mess completely with what a road looks like. I don't know if I can actually show you and explain. I mean, I'm sure you noticed, but just, you know, just in case. So like if I was to suddenly build off this, you may notice this bit of road. Yeah, so you can see how it warped itself pretty horrifically. So I think node connecting to node, which if you've not played the game, a node is just these little circles here. It's where each segment of the road is sort of connected. So like if I went to delete, if I say I wanted to delete a node, I'm deleting that specific area from a circle to a circle. So that's what that means if you are someone who may be new to this game. Because I know it's on sale this week, so which is a good time to buy if you are fancying it. and a good time to, you know, maybe learn a couple things if you are watching some other videos and haven't been told that, because it's useful to know. And the thing is, I think everyone has their own probably terminology of what they say too. So mine could be woefully different than everyone else's, but that's fine. That's what makes us individuals. So let's go ahead and stop, because we need to have some water. Going to be very important, and we will cut through the middle of that, and then continue to do that, which this is going to be a little bit more finicky. There's like there we go, a little section that I had to sort of finagle a little bit there, but that's fun. So we've got that. That's going to be great, I think. And then literally all of this, at least for the time being, is going to be a lot of residential, which I don't think I'll put it on this bit just because it's, you know, maybe a little close to some of the other things over here. So I will do a little bit of sectioning there, and we'll make that into some commercial if that is ever deemed a good thing to have, which I guess commercial is always a good thing to have, depending on the type of commercial, I guess. But I feel like that as well. I feel like that will suffice, and I'll even put some in here. I was worried about the roundabout and the noise and stuff, but I realized this is probably going to be such a residential area at some point that I think we should be okay, and I don't think we have to overly worry about it. And soon enough, we're going to be a boomtown, which is crazy because that means we get, oh god, we would have got highways then. Oh, I was so close to just having highways anyways. But hey, whatever, you know, it is what it is. And when do we get this? Oh, so we get the buses next. I don't know when the planes come. That's going to be interesting. But I'm excited for that too. And excuse me as I take a sip of coffee because my throat's dead. I do love coffee, it must be said. Alright, so I think we are doing pretty good with how that new area is still tying in as well. It looks very different, but where I think I've curved these kind of arterial roads, I think that has kind of helped, you know, sort of make it feel a little bit more, we're a boomtown, feel a little bit more, I don't know, natural, and not like I'm just, you know, suddenly building a whole different look. So this is, you know, maybe this will be more suburbs at some point, and this will be more of like a, you know, a mid-sized city. Maybe this will become more higher density because it's, you know, perfectly square. Maybe this will stay as some of the lower residential. So that's my current thought process and excuse for anything I've done. So let's go ahead and fill that in with some commercial, just because, you know, it's kind of close there. We can go ahead and come on down here, add a little bit commercial as well. I think we're going to need definitely some more, education. I'm thinking literally put it there. They can walk across, go into school, bada bing, bada boom. That wasn't a school, that was a police station. I wasn't paying attention. Well, let's put the police station somewhere else because that would be intelligent. First off, where is actually, over here, still a good bet for that. Let's put it on, we'll just put it like on this kind of like near this corner, and I think that'd be all right. That's what I get for like not paying enough attention. So I wouldn't mind to have the elementary school there. Really wish I had parking lots and things, I gotta say. And then we'll put the high school because the police station next door. Maybe we've got some unruly high school students here. You know, we gotta beware. And now we have the dead piling up as well. Gotta worry about that. So yeah, we need to put some death care down. which the cemetery I think looks really lovely, and we'll get to put that down there, and that is going to be perfect. All right, so we'll go ahead and add that in. I think we are good to go. So what do we have unlocked? When can we do an airport? That's what I need to know. When is the airport? You can do an airport now? What? Oh, but I bet it costs so much. I mean, look at this area though. Like, could we do a very, very small airport? I don't know. It'd be... I feel like it would be so hard, but... Yeah, even the classic airport terminal, the cheapest one possible is 75,000, which we can afford, but why do people... Why would someone want to come here? So maybe it's not time yet. We gotta give a reason for someone to want to visit here other than these beautiful views of all of our smog and pollution. You know, we got to give them more than that. So we'll work on it. We'll work on it. But let's see, what else do we got? We got trams. I'm not even going to try to mess with those. YouTube comments get very angry when you mess with trams. I remember the first time I was like, so I don't really know what I'm doing about this, guys. So please give me any tips and anything that you can give me. And then the comments, it wasn't anyone who was actually subscribed to my channel, I don't think, but oh my god, they were so evil. So many angry people. I was just like, never used trams before. Why must you be so angry? Alright, let's, see, this is the issue with very small roundabouts, but granted, that didn't go as poorly as I thought it was going to, so I am beyond okay with how that turned out, honestly. Really wish I had the move it tool. I'm a little just said something completely different than what I wanted to say. I'm a little bit annoyed of how that looks, so let me see if I can... I really wish it would just be a little more... Honestly, that looks better, just having it straight, so we'll do that. And I want to upgrade that, just because I don't think it actually needs to be 3-lane anyway, so we'll do that. That should make that move just that little bit faster. In fact, we're going to do that over here as well. They just move faster and people don't park on them, so it ends up being more beneficial. You can see how much quicker they go around it already. So that's going to be automatically a better shout, I do believe. Wow. I'm so used to having mods on that I've like turned off all of this like craziness and the fog as well. So it looks significantly different. Sorry, I just saw sirens. Okay, so it's a regular one for now. Although we got the police mobile commands. What do we got over here? Oh, that's just a pickup truck. What are you? Oh, you're the police again. Got it. Got it. I was looking for the Ferrari or the Lamborghini. One of the two. I'm unsure. But that's fine. Oh yeah, we got something going on over here. Someone's getting arrested. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine in our new neighborhood. Alright, so yeah, we could use a little bit in the way of fire protection. So I'm going to put this, I think, right here, just so, you know, it's sort of in a good area of expansion, basically. And then we will see kind of how that goes. But I know I may have not gotten like too much done today, although I do feel pretty good about this and like kind of changing this over. I'm actually pretty happy with what we've done today. I think in the next episode we may work towards, you know, sort of filling this area out a little into this little like hill we have going on. Maybe we'll buy this area and start, you know, using a little bit of this to have another entrance in. Who knows? We shall see. Maybe I'll download some interchanges, because even though it's vanilla, we can still have interchanges. That makes, you know, it makes life a lot easier. I don't mind building them, but with vanilla and without Move It tool, I do find it a little bit difficult, personally. But, you know, maybe we'll figure it out, who knows. This is very nearly full. This one is okay for now. We should have some better ways of that in the future, hopefully. But anyways, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you've been enjoying. Hope you enjoy the channel so far. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in the next video of City Skylines. Goodbye.